Yeah, my wife and I were both working for the same corporate gym when the shutdown happened, and we were placed on unemployment, and we had no more clients really to work with, and so we just decided to start our own business in July of 2020, so that we could just keep like training our people, but in their homes or in their basements. And we finished our basement into a gym, and so we were lucky. It just kind of worked out for us. Weird situation of being unemployed kind of forced us to do something different, and now we have more time. We can do the podcast, and um, yeah, podcast is now ranked in like the top 100 podcasts for Apple Fitness. So that's kind of cool. And yeah,
Right.
it's just
Well,
so weird.
grandma's not so fit anymore, so I'm not going to fit into the fitness category. I lost my fitness when I got, kind of got sick. So I
You
was,
got sick with everything.
and that's half the list. I mean, it's so much
Wow.
worse than that, but it probably was a full lifetime situation that I went through,
Wow.
not really being aware of what I was going through.
Wow.
And it just snowballed into
Crazy.
disaster. Yeah,
Crazy.
but
Well, I'm super excited to deep dive into this stuff with you today. The thing that I have the biggest problem with most people, like I can share episodes that we've done with like Sally Norton or Monique Attinger, and they'll get into the science, which is great. But people they don't want to believe it. They don't want to think that the healthiest things that they're doing it could possibly be bad for them. They don't want to hear, that they need to give up spinach and almonds and chard and all this stuff. They think it's the best thing. And so I think having you on and adding your story and everything you've learned is going to be so awesome and nuanced. And yeah, it kind of sucks about your fitness, but you look great. What do you do for diet now? Are you mostly low carb?
I'm lowish carb. I'm not totally carnivore yet. I'm moving in that direction because a lot of times when you dump oxalates, your body goes through like changes where you almost like your immune system is not really letting you tolerate foods that you could tolerate before. So you
Yeah.
go through these cycles of not being able to tolerate dairy and not being so right now, I mean, I'm kind of like I'm kind of like in a really big gastric dump. So my belly is just, it's just a mess. I mean, I have 60 years of doing this damage to myself.
Wow. Crazy.
Thinking exactly what you're saying, the type of people that, you work with, that people that don't really care about their health, they get sick with oxalate toxicity because of it's just in everything. But the people that get really, really sick are the ones that really care about their health and thought they were doing the right thing. And that's what
So
happened.
crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. Yeah. Every morning, the blender with the beets and the spinach and the almond milk, and just every single day. And yeah, we all did exactly the right things.
And then when you get sick, you start to think like, well, maybe it's the dairy. That's the first thing that happened to me. It was like, oh, I better get rid of dairy because I feel really sick. But that made me worse. I got
Yeah.
so much worse from that, And as far as the science of it goes, I mean, I understand the surface of it, but honestly, Casey, I'm just like I'm a victim.
Yeah. It's a good way to say it.
And and what I went through, I don't care if there's any science behind it. The fact that I went through what I went through, and the only thing that helped me was bringing the oxalates lower. I don't need any other science besides
That's
that.
right. That's right. Yeah. I love that. That's going to be just an awesome fit. Let's tell your story. It's going to be great. So I think we're backed out like 4 weeks for releases. So this will come out sometime in the middle of December, but this will all be processed and edited, and everything will be done by today. So I'll send you the audio file. I'll send you the video that we use for YouTube. I'll send you some social media stuff, and just know, like, the second that you get it, if you want to use it for something, if you want to share it around, if you've got a group that you do coaching with that you want to share it with, you can do anything with it anytime. You don't need to wait for us. Don't feel obligated. You don't need to do anything with it, but
Oh, let's
just
see.
know that you have full permission to
Usually,
do whatever you
my
like.
little group on Instagram is growing so fast. It's almost
So
like,
cool.
it's just me, saying, ouch. That's really all it is. But
Yeah.
so they are, and they're us. They're not. I mean, I have a close relationship with Sally. I know Monica. I have a Monica in my life, so I always call Monique Monica. But I know Monique pretty well, and they really do understand. The double carbon molecules and all this.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not a scientific person. The only thing that happened to me was I got really ill, and
Yeah.
God, I said, oh, I have to give the glory to God, because I couldn't even pray to get better. That's how sick I was. And yet
Crazy.
God heard me
Wow.
and
That's amazing.
showed me the way out. Yeah, he did. It's
That's amazing.
and now that's my goal, is to just try to help other people who really feel sick say, hey, this
Love
is a
that.
way to get better.
Yeah.
Let me
Wow. I love
quit.
that.
Right.
That's amazing. You
Oh,
are our people. That is perfect. I love that. Well, thank you again so very much for doing this today. I know this can get emotional, and I know we've got a lot to cover and a lot to talk about your story, which is can be really vulnerable and authentic. But we really appreciate you, and we love the people that. However, whatever their reach is, 5 people, 10 people, that 50,000 people, it doesn't matter. They just want to help, and they just want to share their story. And it's just been awesome to follow you on Instagram. And yeah, we really appreciate you.
Sally and I, like Sally always says, Sally is a scientist, and like, so she says, you bring comedic relief to this situation. If you don't laugh, you'll cry and die, so you might as well just have a giggle over it. So I
I love
try
that.
to add some relatable stories to people, or to help them to just see that, there's other people that have been through this, and even though you feel like you're alone and you're the only one that's going through this, and just keep
Yeah,
that there's a lot of us out there, and that's what we're trying to do. That's really
that's
our goal.
amazing. Awesome. That's amazing. Okay, so I will get us muted. The intro music will play on my end for about 20 or 30 seconds. I'll get you introduced. Jeannie DeAngelis, did I pronounce all that right? Perfect. Okay, I'll get you introduced and we can just get rolling from there.
Okay, my friend. God bless you.
Awesome. God bless you. This is going to be so fun.
Okay.